Getting your first few sales on Etsy can feel like a huge uphill battle, and you might think that the market is just too saturated for a new seller like yourself to stand out and make sales. But don't worry, I've been there, and I almost gave up on my first shop out of frustration of seeing no results in the beginning. But after sticking with it and testing out different methods, I now have proven strategies that will guarantee traffic and sales to your shop. So whether you're a total beginner or you have a bit of experience, these tips will help you get to your first 100 sales and beyond on Etsy. Let's dive right in. I'm going to skip over some common tips that I've already shared in my previous videos, like making sure you have validated your product idea through market research, you've created beautiful mock-ups of your products, and you've optimized your listings with relevant keywords and clear descriptions. I also have a free 1-hour mini course that walks you through all of that step by step, so I will link that for you down below. You can go ahead and watch it after this video. But my main focus here is to actually help you direct traffic to your shop after you've listed some products. So the first thing you'll want to do is post on social media asking your family members, friends, and followers to check out your shop. Ask them if they're willing to purchase something from your shop and leave you a review to get the ball rolling and create that momentum you need from your first few sales. So post on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and wherever you already have an account and have some sort of following, even if it's just your friends and family. My first 8 to 10 sales in my shop were from my closest friends, family members, and a couple of followers on Instagram. Now, what would be ideal is that the people that buy from your shop actually find value from your products, because they would be considered your target customers. Let me explain. I started my shop by selling printable wall art and digital planners for female entrepreneurs that were building their online businesses from home. That was my target customer. The first few people that bought my products, other than my mom, were a few of my friends that owned small businesses and actually found value in my products. I took note of the products that they purchased because that was basically free market research for me. The products they were attracted to were products that I needed to focus on and create variations of, because chances are more shoppers will want similar products to the ones that my target customers are gravitating towards. On top of that, when your friends and family purchase your products, ask them for their honest feedback. Is there something else they'd like to see in your shop? Can the current products be improved in some way? One of my friends asked me if I could create a different size in the wall art that she purchased. So not only did I create it for her, but I then included that size for all of my new printable wall art listings moving forward. My other friend asked me questions on how and where to print out their wall art in order to get the best quality. So I made a PDF instruction sheet to include in all of my listings to help answer that question for future customers. You can get so much valuable information from just your close circle when starting out. And if you implement their feedback, it will help you make even more sales moving forward. Now, you might get super excited seeing those first few sales in your Etsy store, but after some time, you may feel a bit discouraged because you'll start thinking, okay, now what? Your friends and family have supported you. Where do the next customers come from? Although you will get some traffic from Etsy's existing daily shoppers, it's your job to keep that momentum going and regularly post on social media. And one of the biggest things you need to focus on is reviews. So your next step is to share social proof on a regular basis. The more social proof you can gather and share with your audience, the more it will become a snowball effect and more people will want to experience the benefits of using your products as well. So we've already talked about asking your close circle of friends and family to leave reviews so that you can share that with your audience. Now, to continue receiving positive feedback, you'll want to focus heavily on customer service. When I first started my Etsy shop, I sent a private custom message to every single customer that bought something, thanking them for their purchase and to let me know if they have any questions about their order. I would then ask them if they enjoyed their product. It would mean the world to me if they could leave me a review. So you can either screenshot your positive reviews and share it on social media, like in your Instagram stories or posts, or create cute little graphics out of them. And I know that creating social media posts can be overwhelming and take up a lot of your valuable time. So you can use social media templates from one of my favorite graphic design softwares, Kittl. I've been using it for the last couple of years to build my Etsy shops, and they have a huge library of social media templates that you can customize for your Etsy shop and brand super quickly. They update this on a regular basis as well, so you can always keep your content fresh and on trend. You can go into their search bar here to filter for what you're looking for. So for example, you can search reviews and there will be many great options to choose from. So you can browse through their templates to see which ones suit your brand and which ones you like. This is an example of one that I would choose. So you can click on the template you like to edit it. And it's pretty easy and straightforward to use. I have a bunch of step-by-step tutorials on my channel on how to use Kittl, but basically I would just remove the elements I don't like. I can add in some text and other elements using the menu bar over here. What I'm gonna do is just edit this text to one of the reviews I actually received in my shop. So I just copied and pasted this text. Let's change the name here. And then I would just kind of clean this up. So I'm just gonna hit Shift and select all of these elements to align everything together. So just tidy it up. I'm gonna click on Command G and then center that in the middle. Let's center this in the middle. And I'm pretty much done. This is what I would post on social media. Just go into download and then you can select the file type. So I can select JPEG and I can actually choose the resolution I want for this graphic, and then just hit download. Because I love Kittl so much and I personally use it on a regular basis, I've partnered with them to give you guys 25% off your first year for any paid subscription you choose if you want to access their pro features. Just use the link below to get started with code SandraYT at checkout. Otherwise, you can try it out entirely for free by clicking on this button using the link below. Now, you might feel like it's a lot of work to have to direct external traffic to your shop on a regular basis, and you'd rather just rely on Etsy's existing search traffic. But trust me, this will set you apart from a lot of the competition. Etsy also loves it when you bring in your own traffic because at the end of the day, they want to make money and they want new audiences to come in and purchase from your listings. So the more they see that you're putting in the effort to bring in your own customers, the more they will help boost your listings in their algorithm as well. Okay, the next strategy is one that really helped me stand out from many other sellers in the beginning. And that's to order samples of your products and show how to use them. So if you're selling digital files, print them out and show your audience how you would make use of them. When I first started my Etsy shop, I printed out some of my wall art and bought frames for them to hang in my home office. I decorated my office with my own wall art so I could show people how I personally benefited from them. I printed out my own digital planners and actually use them on a day-to-day basis. I shared how I was utilizing my planners for my business and who they would benefit as well. It's always easier to just slap our designs on mock-ups and share that on social media and in our Etsy shop. But I feel like that's what most new sellers do, and it's because it's so convenient and saves a lot of time. But again, this is what will help you stand out and make your shop and your products more attractive. If you're selling physical products using a print-on-demand company, order samples of your products to not only test out the quality, but to showcase the benefits of using them. Fun fact, you can actually order samples of your products directly from Kittl if you just want to create something for yourself. This shirt I'm wearing was actually created in Kittl and by Kittl. I just put together this super simple design with text and Kittl elements. And all you have to do is click on print and you can go through their catalog of products to choose what to place your design on and just purchase it for yourself. I just wanted to share that piece because I don't know many graphic design softwares that allow you to order physical products directly from their platform. But anyway, back to what I was saying about the quality of your print-on-demand products. I've tested out different platforms, and in my personal opinion, Printify carries one of the best qualities that I have come across. I've talked about them in a few previous videos where I share how to integrate Printify with your Etsy shop if you do want to include physical products in your store as well. They have a large catalog of all types of products that you can place your designs on, and they will create, package, and deliver your product to your customers each time you make a sale. So you don't have to worry about any inventory. But I do highly recommend ordering a few samples for yourself so that you can share images and videos of you personally using them in your social media posts, and even include them in your Etsy listing images. Now, Printify is completely free to use, so you can check it out using the link down below and test out a few products within their catalog if you have not selected your print-on-demand company yet. I will say that the social media posts I shared of me using my products got so much more engagement versus the mock-up images of my products. This brings me to my next strategy for helping you get to your first 100 sales, and it's regarding pricing. As a new seller, you don't want to price your items too low or too high. If you price your items too low, shoppers tend to question if the quality of your products is also low. If you price them too high, they'll most likely purchase from your competitors instead, who have so many previous sales and positive reviews, and at comparable prices. So I'd recommend when starting out, it's best to price your items somewhere in the middle, but to stay in the lower range, just to give shoppers an incentive to consider your product over your competitors. Once you've gotten a few sales and gathered some social proof through your positive reviews, you can always increase your prices later. This is exactly what I did in the beginning. I didn't actually raise my prices until I got my first 50 to 60 sales. If you are offering print-on-demand products, Printify does keep their costs fairly low compared to many other print-on-demand companies that I have seen. So it not only allows you to keep your prices lower for your customers, but it will increase your profit margins as well. And if you really want to take your print-on-demand business to the next level, you can adjust your prices even lower for your customers if you sign up for Printify Premium, which reduces costs even further on their end. Now, while we're on the topic of pricing, a great way to stimulate new traffic and make sales as a small shop is to run sales and promotions for short periods of time. So for example, you could run a 15 to 20% sale for, let's say, 2 or 3 days. I pretty much guarantee that you'll see new traffic and engagement within that span of time because it creates this sense of urgency for shoppers to act fast before they lose out on this amazing offer. That's why it's important to run them for short periods of time. Etsy will also notify shoppers when the sale ends, and the shorter period of time that is shown, the more likely someone will make a purchase. You can do this often and run frequent sales back to back to test out different promotions and to continue to stimulate new traffic, especially in the beginning. This worked really well for my shop when I was starting out. I actually opened my shop with a 20% discount on all of my listings to encourage shoppers to check them out, and I would run a new sale every few days to constantly create that sense of urgency to new shoppers. My next tip is something that I feel like many new sellers overlook and may not understand just how important it actually is, and that's to stay consistent in your shop. One of the worst things you can do as a new seller is to own a stagnant shop. In other words, do not just post a few listings and wait for the sales to come rolling in. You need to stay consistent and active in your shop by adding new listings every week and refreshing any branding elements and shop settings if you need to. Etsy likes to see shops staying active and will actually help boost your listings more if they see that you're putting in the effort. Imagine how many new sellers open a shop and just remain stagnant. Etsy will just assume that it's an abandoned shop and therefore won't help promote its listings. So even if the engagement is super slow in your shop, don't give up. Continue to add new listings, go into your shop and refresh anything you need to, and just show Etsy that you're active and taking it seriously. And experiment with different types of products for your target customer to see what sticks. Treat the beginning of your shop shop like a test phase where you get to explore different digital products and print-on-demand products. For any new business, you don't know what shoppers are going to gravitate towards. You have no idea what's going to become your best sellers, so it's important to experiment. If you're using Printify for your print-on-demand products, place your artwork on different items within their catalog because you never know what your target customer is going to love the most. This also includes experimenting with different thumbnail images for your listings to see what gets more clicks, different price points to see what gets more sales, and different designs to see what your audience responds to. If I didn't experiment with different products in the beginning of my shop, I never would have discovered what my customer was actually interested in. I had a collection of about 12 listings that were quite different from each other, even though they served the same target customer. I noticed that people gravitated more towards my lash prints and cursive text wall art, so I made more of those to make even more sales. And this strategy worked so well for me. And to be honest, as my shop continued to grow, I never stopped experimenting. After I got my first 80 to 90 sales, I started making positive affirmation cards, which eventually became my best sellers. This brings me to the next strategy for making your first 100 sales and beyond on Etsy, and that's to have a unique selling proposition. Like we've already talked about, as a new seller, you are competing against many established and successful shops that have thousands of sales and positive reviews, and therefore this strategy is probably the most important one. You have to have some sort of unique selling proposition that gives shoppers a reason to purchase your products over your competitors. If you offer products that are super similar to your successful competitors, standing out and making sales on Etsy will be next to impossible. Of course, you will be making some of your sales from your friends, family, and your followers through your social media marketing efforts. But if you also want to utilize Etsy's existing search traffic, which I'm sure you do because that might be one of the main reasons you're choosing to sell on Etsy, then you have to offer something unique. Now, I'm not saying that you need to reinvent the wheel here. So let me give you some examples of a unique value proposition. It could be the fact that you offer your wall art in multiple sizes in order to give your customers the option to choose which one they want to print out. Your designs can be super unique and different from other shops if you're an artist and have a lot of experience behind you that other sellers don't have. You could provide excellent customer service where you not only include instruction sheets with the purchase, but you contact each customer with a personalized message to thank them for their purchase and to let them know that you're there for any questions that they might have. You could offer customizations where the customers can personalize certain elements of your digital prints or templates. I used to offer a custom printable wall art where the shopper could send me a message letting me know what quotes they wanted, and I would create it and send it to their email. This option made me many sales in the beginning and helped me to get to my first 100 sales so much quicker, to the point that I eventually removed this option because I couldn't keep up with the demand. But this is definitely a great way to encourage quicker sales and reviews in the beginning to get the momentum of your shop going. I've been using Kittl for my printable wall art for a long time because you can control the resolution of your art prints. So this will guarantee high quality digital prints for your customers. You can also offer customized print-on-demand products with Printify. The customers can personalize the design that they want on their mugs, t-shirts, or whatever products you're selling. And it makes for a great gift idea, either for themselves or for a loved one. After all, most shoppers go onto Etsy because they're looking for something unique. And a lot of the time, it's for gift ideas. So that's why including custom products in your shop, at least when you're starting out, is a great way to encourage sales in the beginning. So at the end of the day, it will take some time to get to your first 100 sales, but you will learn so much in the process, which will help you make even more sales quicker once you get over that hurdle. Just like any other business, your Etsy shop needs you to promote it and to consistently bring in traffic from external sources. And at the same time, you can utilize what Etsy's platform has to offer by staying consistent in your shop, running sales, and testing out different types of products for your audience to see what works. You can use Kittl to experiment with different designs for your digital and print-on-demand products by clicking on the link below. If you want access to their pro features, use code SandraYT for 25% off your first year. And you can sign up on Printify in entirely for free by clicking on the link below if you want to add physical products to your store as well, but also keeping it fairly passive and lower maintenance for you. If you need a step-by-step tutorial on how to conduct your market research to validate your product idea and list your first product from start to finish, you can head over to my free 1-hour mini course. So I'll see you there.